Hello, and welcome to another episode of Dependisplaining, the podcast. The one and only podcast that you should be listening to. No other ones should be inserted into your ear. I'm Veronica.
And I'm Jen.
Yeah, don't be inserting other stuff into your ears, Jen.
Oh.
Only our voices.
Yeah.
Listen to the sound of our soothing voices. Jen, I'm so excited to listen to your story today.
I can't wait to share my story today. It is crazy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But first, why don't we tell our listeners how they can reach us if they have any suggestions, concerns, ideas, complaints, secrets, stories. Where can they reach us, Jen?
You can do all of that by emailing us at dependisplaining@gmail.com or shoot us a message on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. That might be it. Throw some hashtags out at us. That's it. Do it.
Mm-hmm. And also look us up on Milso Muster. Don't forget to subscribe to that app. It's full of military-related stuff for you to look at and enjoy. And for $4.99,
Yep.
you get to have that app on your phone.
Yeah.
Or your tablet or whatever it is that you own. I don't know.
The thing that you look at, that thing.
The thing that has now given you carpal tunnel.
Yes, for real.
My right thumb hurts. Like I can't do push-ups anymore.
Yeah. Wrist problems. Eyes.
Yeah.
My eyes are going bad.
Yeah, mine too. But I think that comes with age.
Yeah.
Jen.
I'm going to blame it on my phone.
Speaking of age, yesterday was in real time Veterans Day. So Wednesday, Veterans Day, was Jen's birthday.
Woo!
She turned 47.
I did.
She doesn't look a day over 30.
Right? So lucky.
Actually,
it's
like
that
a day
skin
over
cream.
20.
Yeah. Oh, ooh, thank you.
Yeah. You are lucky to have nice skin and like a fuller, rounder face. Not fat, you know. You don't have a fat face, Jen.
So plumpy.
Yeah, just the shape of your face. And
Yeah.
Jen looks very young. She looks like a baby. Because she is a baby.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's all wish her happy birthday. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday!
Yay! Thank you!
Did you get to have cake?
I had cupcakes.
Oh, yum.
Yeah, they were pretty good.
Cupcake is like a cake for one.
It was. And they were mini. They were actually
You
mini
know.
cupcakes, so I got to have a couple.
Oh, okay. So a couple
And I didn't
cakes
feel
for
bad.
one. I never feel bad when I have cake.
Mm-mm,
Don't feel
no.
bad, especially if it's your birthday. What flavor?
It doesn't count. They were, I don't know, they were unicorn cupcakes. So they
Oh.
were like pink or yellow sponge cake with swirly frosting on top. It was good.
Oh.
Maybe just vanilla.
Pretty.
I don't know, but it was cool. It was
Yeah.
pretty.
Oh, yum. I like me some red velvet cake. And I ask for
Yeah.
red velvet cake every year. That's all I want for my birthday is red velvet cake. Do I get it? No,
No.
I don't. I don't even remember my birthday this year. I don't know what I was doing.
I gave you red velvet cupcakes. I found them.
Oh yes, you did.
That was it. That was the
that's
only
right.
that's what I remembered. Because I was still there.
Oh, Kyle and the kids, we went out to Cambridge.
Mm-hmm.
And we had lunch together, and that was it. We didn't really do anything. It was fine.
All right.
Don't expect anything.
Welcome to the club of getting old, I
Yeah.
guess. We just do... all I asked for is, like, I don't want to make any decisions today. And what did I do?
Right?
I made decisions all day.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's what I want. That's all I want too. It's like someone surprise me by taking me out to dinner. I don't care where.
Mm-hmm.
You already know what I like
Yeah.
to eat. Anything pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what dessert I like. You know what I
Yeah.
want, what I like to do. I want to just hang out in my pajamas and some fuzzy socks and drink a glass of wine after having had a nice
Yeah.
big dinner and dessert. That's all I want. Yeah, I'm easy.
Yep.
Easy.
No decisions being made by me. That's all. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm easy.
I don't need presents. I don't.
No.
Why? Because I buy myself whatever I want throughout the year.
Yeah.
So it's fine. I don't need presents.
Good food. That's all I ask for. Just something
That's
good.
all.
I don't have to cook.
Yes. Right? Yeah, exactly. I don't want to cook. Don't want to cook for you. Don't want to think about cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Just feed me whatever you cooked. I'm fine. Just feed it in my mouth.
Spoon feed me, please.
Spoon feed me while I'm in the bathtub taking a bubble bath.
Yeah. That'd be
Jen's
great.
daydreaming of a bubble bath right now.
I know. I really wish I could have one. Like, tubs are not big enough for that anymore.
You can have one. I know those tubs, because you've told me about them.
Yeah.
They look like you can only be, like, from the hip down, submersed in water.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, no thank you. Yeah. I need my full body covered, please.
Yeah. Yeah. Our bathtub here is pretty deep. It covers me up to my neck when I lay down, so...
I need that. I need that again. I have a friend that you know too, Elizabeth. They bought a house, and I saw a picture of her tub, and it's...
I saw.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Jacuzzi tub. Oh, what?
That is, yeah, it's part of a spa. Is she living in a spa?
Pretty much, right? It looks like it.
Yeah. Good for her.
So lucky.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Elizabeth. Fun. Hope she's listening. All right. Well, Jen, I want to hear your story.
Okay.
Tell me.
I'm so excited.
Tell me your story. Yes.
I mean, I'm not excited for murder ever, but I love true crime, so sorry.
I'm never excited for murder.
No. I will say that this story is crazy, and there's a lot of very violent things, and so I will warn you ahead of time, just so you know, because it's not the cleanest, and it is quite gruesome.
Oh.
Alright, so this is the Hi-Fi murders that occurred in Ogden, Utah. So I'm going to start with a murderer. The murderer. Okay. Dale Pierre, who is also known as Pierre Dale Selby, or Dale Selby Pierre, or in some sort of form. We'll get to that at the end, why it's so flip-flopped all the time.
Okay.
But we're just going to call him Dale. He was born on the Isle of Tobago in 1953, but he grew up in the Isle of Trinidad.
Oh, Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah. His parents tried hard to instill in Dale the difference between right and wrong, as we all do, but he was always getting into trouble for one thing or another. Mm-hmm. Dale was a compulsive liar, and he had a really bad temper. If he didn't get his way, or what he wanted, and when he wanted it, there was just no stopping him. He lost his shit, basically. But this side, his craziness, was not seen by his parents, so his parents didn't know how bad he could get.
Or they just were not acknowledging, like turning a blind eye, didn't want to believe it.
That could be true too. Yep, that could be completely true, which is sad.
It is.
Parent your children, and don't think that they can't do bad things, because, they have to learn. But they did, yeah. He did say his parents did try to teach him right from wrong, but he's also just a bad apple. In June of 1970, Dale left Trinidad for the U.S., arriving in New York on June 7th. He lived in Brooklyn until May of 1973, where he then joined the U.S. Air Force.
Oh, okay.
And he was then assigned to Hill Air Force Base in Utah as a helicopter mechanic. Before the infamous Hi-Fi murders, which we will get into in just a bit, Dale was a suspect in another murder.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
In New York, or?
At Hill Air Force Base.
Oh, at Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yep.
Shit.
Yep. So he was just new to the Air Force, just, brand new in the Air Force, just moved to his base, when the murder of Sergeant Edward Jefferson occurred. Now, Jefferson was found in his apartment, murdered by a bayonet.
A bayonet?
I didn't know what that was exactly. I looked it up, and it's just
It's
large...
from the fucking Civil War.
Yeah, it's a very large knife that, you could affix to the front of a rifle. Yeah, that they used to stab people.
Yeah.
When you couldn't shoot them. So, yeah.
Well, when the shooting didn't work, and then be like, well, I'm going to stab you.
Right.
Overkill.
Options, I guess.
Maybe that's where it came from. Maybe that's where overkill came from. Be like, I shot you, you're dead, I'm also going to stab you.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Maybe.
Sorry. Maybe he was a Civil War reenactor.
Maybe. God, I hohope not.
Yeah.
Where do you get a bayonet now? I don't know. I mean, this was the 70s,
Homemade.
but...
Homemade.
Yeah, true. Maybe.
It's just a butter knife attached to the end of a broomstick.
Sharpened really well with a file. Sorry.
Yeah. My son likes to refer to butter knives as kids' knives. He's like, these are kids' knives. I was like, that's a butter knife. He's like, also made for kids. And I was like, no, there's no knives made for kids. Sorry, that's a butter knife. Yeah.
Maybe if it's like a plastic. No.
That's why they make sporks, spoon forks for children. So they don't have to have
way better.
Yeah, they are.
They really
have
are.
ones that are kind of serrated on the side too, so you can cut through your food. Just be careful you don't cut the side of your cheek.
Oh yeah, that would hurt. But that is genius too.
It is, right? Yeah.
That's so smart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, anyway.
Enough about sporks.
Sporks. The top dog utensil. But he was not murdered by a spork. He was murdered by a bayonet.
By a bayonet.
Yeah, weird. Crazy. All right, so the detective in charge, Don Moore, pieced together what happened. He pieced together what happened from witnesses and records. What he concluded was on Sunday, October 1st, 1973, Dale had been at Jefferson's apartment taping music, because, cassette tapes and 8 tracks, and gotta find my good song that's on the radio and tape it.
And pray that the DJ doesn't come on for the last 10 seconds of the song.
Right, and cut off the whole thing and ruin it,
Shut up!
I know. Kids these days, you guys won't understand. But that was a thing.
My sister one time, this was back in the early 90s, the song Lady in Red. I don't remember who sings it. Lady in Red. My sister spent hours one night waiting for that fucking song to come on so she can record it. Lady in Red. I don't know the rights to that song. But yeah, that's what she wanted.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you do. You're dedicated. You want a song, and you don't want to go buy your own cassette tape of it. You record it.
No. Yeah, you just want the one song.
Calling the radio station, hey, can I request so-and-so, and can you play it? And they're like, yeah, sure. And it's
shout
like,
out. Yeah.
3 hours later.
Yeah.
Oh, good times. Oh, nostalgia.
You can't call Apple Music and request a song and give you a shout out. You just type it in now, and I guess you kind of can, because you type it into your search button, and there it is, the song.
But then you don't get a shout out.
It's not dedicated to you.
Right.
You don't get a shout out.
You dedicate it. I used to dedicate it to, like, my best friend, Be like, hey.
Yeah.
I'll play this song. It's me and my best friend Leah's favorite song. I want to hear it.
Yeah. Here's a shout out to Jennifer and Leah in Tucson, Arizona. Here is Hit Me Baby One More Time by Britney Spears.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Jen and Leah would be just prancing around the room with a hairbrush as a microphone, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Trying to dance to the song like she does in the music video.
Go Britney.
Sorry.
I know. We're here.
Went off on a tangent there.
Reminiscing.
Anyways, DJs, blah, blah, blah. Go on.
Okay, so Dale was at Jefferson's apartment taping music when Jefferson discovered his car keys were missing. So the two thoroughly searched the apartment. They couldn't find the keys. And then the keys, the following day, were found. What was concluded of the whole car key incident was that Dale swiped the keys. He swiped Jefferson's keys. He brought them to base to duplicate them. He then used the name Curtis Alexander so he could disguise his identity.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dale went back to Jefferson's apartment the next day to help Jefferson search again, and they just miraculously showed up.
After he had already made the copies.
After he already made the copy. He was trying to be slick. But Jefferson was really suspicious of Dale. He wasn't falling for it. And he asked him straight up, like, did you take my keys? And Dale got very offended and denied it completely. So Jefferson was smart, and he changed his locks and the ignition to his car.
Oh, that's very smart. Instead of giving him, like, the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. He didn't trust him. He was not in it. So sometime during the hours of 10 p.m. on Thursday, October 4th of 1973, and 4 a.m. Friday, October 5th, Jefferson was murdered by a bayonet. Well, yeah, that's kind of bad. It's kind of bad. He was stabbed with such force that only the handle could be seen from his head.
His head?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
The detective concluded that Dale Pierre was the murderer, but however, there wasn't enough evidence to arrest and convict Dale of this crime.
Mm-hmm.
So the crime goes unsolved until Dave and a man named William Andrews were brought to trial for another murder case. So unfortunately, I don't know in the end if that ever does get concluded, because it says that they then go to try to solve the case once these high-fi murders occur, but I don't know if that actually happened.
They go back to the bayonet murder?
Yeah, but
okay.
They don't actually... At least where I found my stuff on Murderpedia and Wikipedia, they don't actually have the full conclusion to Jefferson's murder, so...
Okay.
I hope that they did nail him for that, too. We'll see.
Right.
I don't
and
know.
then it's not still a cold case.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
All right, so, this other man, William Adams, he was born in Louisiana in 1955. Adams was a well-behaved child and had a very quote-unquote normal childhood. He didn't cause problems. There really had no issues. Nothing really to say about him. He joined the Air Force in 1973, and then he was assigned to Hill Air Force Base as well as a helicopter mechanic.
Oh, okay.
So, we know where this is going. All right, so we're getting right into it now. The first part is not so bad, but so everyone is aware that the description about what happens is pretty brutal. So if you don't want to hear it, let's go ahead and skip ahead. All right. Jumping now to April 22nd, 1974, Dale Adams and a guy named Roberts, and possibly 3 other men, they're not even sure, drove in 2 vans to the hi-fi shop on Washington Boulevard in Ogden, Utah, just before closing time. The 3 men entered, Dale, Adams, and Roberts. They entered the shop brandishing handguns, while the other 3... Or, I'm sorry, not Dale, Adams, and Roberts, but Dale and Adams and some other unknown guy enter the shop with handguns. And the 3 others, one of them being Keith Roberts, remained in the vehicles. So, like the getaway cars, basically.
Okay.
2 employees, Stanley Walker, who was 20, and Michelle Ansley, who was 18, were taken hostage in the store's basement, where Dale and Andrews bound them and began robbing the shop. So later, 16-year-old Courtney Naisbitt He came by to thank Stanley Walker for allowing him to park at the shop so he could run an errand next door, because I'm guessing they probably wasn't allowed to do that. He had then been taken and tied up in the basement with Walker and Ansley. And then later that evening, Orrin Walker, Stanley's 43-year-old father, and Carol Peterson Naisbitt, who is Courtney's mother, had become worried that their children had not come home yet, so they went to the store to see if they could find them.
Mm-hmm.
When they arrived, both were then taken hostage and tied up in the basement.
Oh my gosh, how many people does he have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people total in the basement.
5 hostages. Dale tells Andrews to go get something from his van. Andrews then returns with a bottle of blue liquid. The men then prop all the victims into sitting positions, and they force the victims to drink the liquid, which they tell them is vodka laced with sleeping pills.
No.
It is not.
Oh my god.
In reality, this liquid is Drano.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It immediately caused blisters on the victims' lips and began burning their tongues and throats and peeled away the flesh around their mouths.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, this is awful.
Oh yeah, it just gets worse. I'm really sorry, guys. It gets worse. Dale and Andrews tried to duct tape the victim's mouth to hold in some of the Drano and to also muffle their screams.
Oh my god.
But their oozing blisters prevented the tape from sticking.
No.
Orrin Walker was the last to drink the Drano, so he allowed it to kind of pour out of his mouth so he didn't swallow it like the rest of the people did. And then he attempted to mimic the convulsions and screams that everyone else was doing. So he didn't seem like he was tricking them in some way.
Right.
Yeah. Dale then became angry because the deaths were taking too long and were too loud and messy. So he shot both Carol and her son Courtney Naisbitt in the backs of their heads. The shot was fatal for Carol, but Courtney was still alive. Dale then shot at Orrin Walker but missed, then fatally shot Stanley before turning back to Orrin, shot at him, but it only grazed the back of his head.
And that's the one who hadn't drank the Drano?
Yeah, Orrin was the one who didn't fully drink it. So his son is now dead. He's been shot at twice, and one of them has grazed the back of his head. Yeah. Yes. Dale then tells Andrews to leave for 30 minutes. He then forced Michelle Ansley at gunpoint to remove her clothes and then repeatedly and brutally raped her.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Whew, it was really hard reading. This is not what I expected at all to keep happening, as you're going through it.
Yeah.
It's very disturbing.
I'm having a hard time listening to this.
I know.
I'm going to have nightmares.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No.
It's so bad.
I'm still very intrigued, but...
I know.
Yikes, this is awful.
Yes. So, when he was finished, Dale allowed Michelle to use the bathroom as he watched, and then he dragged her back, still naked, threw her on her face, and fatally shot her in the back of the head.
So he feeds her Drano.
Yeah.
Rapes her. And then shoots her.
Yes. You'll find out later at the end of this, you'll find out why he chose Drano.
Because he's a sick fuck.
Yeah, it's horrible. So we have now 3 people dead. We've got Carol, Stanley, and Michelle that are all now dead. Andrews and Dale saw Orrin Walker was still alive, so Dale mounted him, wrapped a wire around his throat, and tried to strangle him. When this failed, the 2 men inserted this is pretty terrible. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh.
They inserted a ballpoint pen into Orrin's ear, and then Dale stomped on it until it punctured his eardrum, broke, and exited the side of his throat.
Oh my god. Oh my God, it's torture, and
Yes.
it's torture. They're being tortured by these disgusting
Yes.
animals.
And that is actually when, like, this whole section in Wikipedia is called tortured, raped, and murdered. And
Oh, Jesus.
that's true. So that's the end of the murder, torturing, and everything, though. Just,
Oh,
we're done with it now. So,
oh my gosh.
they figured what they did to Oren was good enough, done. So then they left. They went back upstairs. They finished loading all of the equipment they wanted into their van, and they left. Assholes. Fucking assholes.
So they, instead of just like walking in, holding them up at gunpoint, taking all that stuff and leaving, they're like, no, we're just gonna take these innocent victims' lives and then steal from the store.
Yeah. And, yeah, you'll see why, too, because, yep, they are fucking crazy, and, yeah.
Monsters.
Yeah, they are. 3 hours later, Warren's wife and their other son came to the store looking for them, and that's when the bodies were found. Stanley Walker, Michelle Ansley were already dead, and then Carol Naisbitt was taken by an ambulance, but she was pronounced dead on arrival.
Oh, no.
Courtney Naisbitt, Carol's son, was not expected to live, but he survived with severe and irreparable brain damage.
Oh.
He's the one that got shot in the head, but he lived through it.
Oh my God.
And Orrin Walker survived as well, with extensive burns to his mouth and chin, as well as damage to his ear caused by the pen. So we have 2 survivors out of that. Can you believe it? Like, that's amazing. Oh, but I can't imagine what they went through,
what
you know?
What they live with. Yeah, what they live with every day is the memory of that, and then watching your family die in front of you as well. Yeah. And having the scars as a daily reminder. And these, you know, the damage to Oren's ear, and oh my God, I can't even imagine.
I know. It's hard. It's unimaginable what these people went through. I can't even, but yeah, I don't even know. So, hours after the news broke of this crime, an anonymous Air Force employee, doesn't really specify if it's like an airman or just a civilian. They call Ogden police, stating Andrews had confided in him months earlier, so months before this crime even occurred, saying, quote, "One of these days, I'm going to rob that hi-fi shop, and if anybody gets in the way, I'm going to kill them."
Oh.
Then, later, 2 teenage boys who were dumpster diving. I just found that so funny, dumpster diving. I'm like,
been there, done that.
That's the thing. Oh, it's so funny. But good for them. They went dumpster diving near Hill Air Force Base, and they found the victims' wallets and purses.
Oh.
Yeah. Pretty good. So, the detective who responded to these pieces of evidence decided to make a spectacle of it to gauge reactions on, like the crowd that would gather around. It's going to be a whole bunch of airmen and everything. So he spoke very dramatically. He waved around each piece of evidence with tongs, really showcasing everything very boldly. He then took note that most of the airmen gathered around stood still and watched in silence, except for 2 people. These 2 were later identified as Dale and Andrews, who had been pacing around the crowd, talking loudly and making frantic gestures with their hands. That's not suspicious or anything, right? Come on, guys.
Read the room, dude. Read the room.
Come on. Like, jeez.
Yeah.
So, police then arrested Dale and Andrews and Keith Roberts, and then was issued a search warrant for their barracks. There, police found flyers for the hi-fi shop, and a rental contract for a storage unit.
Oh, I wonder what was in the rental unit.
Well, they got a search warrant for that too. So at the storage unit, they found stereo equipment that was identified by the serial numbers as the stolen equipment from the hi-fi shop, and the half-empty bottle of Drano.
Oh my god. Why did I mean, that's so stupid. Why would he keep that?
I know, right? Is it a memento? Like, what kind of sick person are you?
I mean, I guess maybe they just went straight after they committed the murders to the storage and just unloaded everything.
Yeah.
But that is just
still
awful. Ugh.
You guys are terrible. Awful people. Dale and Andrews were charged with first-degree murder and aggravated robbery. The other airman, Keith Roberts, who had waited in the getaway car, was charged just with armed robbery. Their joint trial for first-degree murder and robbery began on October 15th, 1974. So, I didn't say when they got caught, but I'm pretty sure they got caught, like, right away. It was, like, the next day. It wasn't very long for them at all. Not at all. And then on November 16th, 1974, Dale and Andrews were convicted of all charges, and Roberts was convicted only of the robbery.
I wonder if he knew what was going to happen, or if he was just under the impression that they were going to rob the shop.
I think from what he says, that he didn't know about the murdering part of it. He was just there for the getaway car, basically. But, who knows? Nobody tells the truth anymore. 4 days later, Dale and Andrews were sentenced to death. Keith Roberts was sentenced to imprisonment, and he was paroled in 1987. So, during the trial, it was revealed that Dale and Andrews had every intention on killing whoever got in their way of this robbery. And months prior, they were looking for a way to do it quietly and cleanly. The two watched the film Magnum Force repeatedly, where a prostitute was forced to drink Drano and immediately dropped dead.
Can't get all your information from movies.
Right. That's when they decided that would be their efficient way to do the crime. So they're idiots, and they took a movie as truth, and sick fucks, and thought, yeah, we'll just give these people Drano and be done with it, get our stuff and go. Dale Selby Pierre. He was convicted of 3 counts of first-degree murder and 2 counts of aggravated robbery. On November 20th, he was given 3 death sentences, 1 for each of the victims. While in prison, Dale changed his name 27 times.
What the fuck?
27 times. He was trying to protect his family name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
I think your stupid face ruined it for everybody.
Right? It's like, your family's gonna know what's going on. You can't change your name, because he finally settled on Dale Pierre Selby.
Well, so it's just an arrangement of his
he literally
already names that he has.
Yeah. Yes.
It was just a scramble of them.
It just reversed. Yeah, he took his middle name and last name and switched them, and that's what he settled on. I'm like, okay.
Do you think he put, like, each name on a piece of paper, stuck each piece of paper under 3 cups, and then just shuffled them around, and however they landed, be like, this is my name today?
Maybe, yeah. He's like, hey,
you're still a murderer.
I have nothing else to do. Let's change my name again.
Yeah, you're still a murderer.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Right?
A leopard can't change its stripes. Spots? Spots?
Spots, yeah.
How does a leopard have spots? A leopard can't change his spots.
No.
Once a murderer, always a murderer.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's a sick person, sick individual, because he planned it out, obviously. Planned it all out months in advance. Just, ew. Dale. Dale was executed on August 28th, 1987 by lethal injection at the age of 34.
Oh my god.
Yep, so he really did. He really did get the death sentence. William Adam Andrews, I don't know why I keep calling him Adam, sorry everyone. hopefully I didn't say that wrong before. William Andrews, was also convicted on 3 counts of first-degree murder and 2 counts of aggravated robbery. And then also on November 20th was given 3 death sentences. Andrews' death conviction was considered especially controversial because he didn't directly kill any of the victims.
Okay, he didn't stop it either.
Didn't stop it. He also admitted that he was the one who forcibly made all the victims drink the Drano. Yeah. Andrews was then executed by lethal injection on July 30th, 1992. At the age of 37, he spent 18 years on death row.
Oh my gosh.
And that is the Hi-Fi murders.
Oh my god, Jen. I'm like, yeah, I will have nightmares from this story. That was awful. Awful.
Yeah.
These monsters that just thought that the rules of life don't apply to them and just decided to take these innocent lives away. Torture them first.
Yeah.
And then, oh my gosh.
They were so young in their, their military career too. It's just like they didn't even get a chance to, maybe try to like change themselves. So according to people that worked with Dale and Andrews, nobody wanted to be friends with Dale. He was just a terrible person. He had a horrible attitude. Nobody wanted to be friends with him. But Andrews was actually very likable. He had friends and all was good. But then he became friends with Dale, and all of Andrews' friends then pushed away. They didn't want any part of it anymore. They're like, nope, we don't like you anymore. We don't like what you're doing.
I wonder what attracted him to
I know,
Dale.
Right?
Like, what was it? Was it just the thrill of possibly committing a crime and getting away with it? Like, I mean, there's people that are like-minded like that and end up doing very bad things. So
it's weird to see like complete opposites. Obviously, like Dale was just a troublemaker from the start, just never doing the right things, and then you get Andrews, who's just like, as said, to have just a normal childhood, brought up fine, well behaved, nothing really wrong. And you get 2 people like that together, and he just obviously, he must have been so just like heavily influenced by Dale that he was like, I'll just do whatever you want me to do.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you just get caught up in things with people just for the pure excitement, something different in your life. If you've led kind of a boring life, maybe, it sounds like he just, like you said, he had a normal life, what we consider normal, and with his upbringing, maybe it just wasn't exciting enough for him, and this person presented an opportunity and he decided to roll with it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it was the wrong thing to do.
Yeah. The wrong excitement.
In every sense of the way. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, that's awful.
Yeah. Horrible. I feel so bad for the victims, the surviving victims, their families, just not good.
Yeah. But they are no longer on this earth, so
thankfully.
Unfortunately, there's still other people committing crimes. Evil crimes. But, wow. That's a story, Jen. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was good. Oh, I feel like I need to shake it off now. Like,
I know,
I have like chills on my arm.
Yeah. I kept like stopping every time while I was like writing it and rewriting, going back through the guys, and I just kept stopping and being like, what? They did what?
Yeah. They're like, I don't want to say that.
Yeah.
I don't want to repeat that.
I know.
Whoa.
Horrible.
Yikes.
Horrible. All right, that's out of the way. We're done with that.
Let's move on to something more lighthearted.
Yeah.
More better.
Yes. What you got for us?
Oh, so because you did tell me you were going to cover this story, I didn't look it up at all. Thank God. But you just told it to me. But I was gonna do a base highlight. I am gonna do a base highlight today. With the base being Hill Hill Air Force Base, Utah. So I got all my information on Wikipedia, hillhousing.com, 75fss.com, and visitogden.com. So I think I am enamored with this place. It just, or their words were just magical because it enticed me. So, okay. So Hill Air Force Base, Utah, located in the city of Ogden, which is about 30 miles north of Salt Lake City. It is the Air Force's second largest base by population and geographical size. It's also the largest single site employer in the state of Utah. So, super important for the local economy, right? Like a lot of bases are.
Yeah.
This one, especially so, because it's so big. The host organization there is the 75th Air Base Wing and home of the Air Force Materiel, M-A-T-E-R-I-E-L, Materiel.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Anyways, that one, Commands, or AFMC for short. Ogden Air Logistics Complex, which is the worldwide manager for a wide range of aircraft, engine, missiles, softwares, avionics, and accessories components. The mission is to provide mission-ready airmen and equipment. Their motto is, "Count on us."
Okay.
Yeah.
Simple yet effective.
Effective. Count on us. So in 1934, I'll give you a little bit of history. Gather round, children. Gather round. 1934, the Army was looking for a nice little piece of land where they could store aircraft and have like an air depot for these aircrafts, right? So it took a few years, but in 1939, Congress appropriated $8 million and Hill Field opened on 7 November 1940. So happy 80th anniversary.
Dang.
Yeah. So following American entry into World War II in December of 1941, Hill Field quickly became an important maintenance and supply base with round-the-clock operations geared to supporting the war effort. Battle-worn airplanes were sent to Hill Field for structural repairs, engines overhauls, and spare parts. The peak wartime employment at Hill Field was reached in 1943 with a total of just over 22,000 military and civilian personnel. Men and women at the depot rehabilitated and returned thousands of warplanes to combat. So this is where they repair all these airplanes, which is like Dale and, what was his name? Andrews?
Andrews, yep.
That's what they were doing.
Yeah.
That's what they were doing. So they were repairing all these aircraft. Okay, so starting in 1944, Hill Field was utilized for the long-term storage of surplus airplanes and their support equipment. Many types of aircrafts were prepared and placed in storage at Hill over the course of the 1940s and the 1950s. So, let's see. Hill Field became the Hill Air Force Base on February 5th, 1948, following the creation of the United States Air Force. So then from the Army went to the Air Force, because we all know that's when it happened. So during the Korean War, Hill Air Force Base personnel quickly removed needed warplanes from storage, renovated them, and added them to active service Air Force flying squadrons. And this continued through the Vietnam War and to present day. The Hill Aerospace Museum, there's an aerospace museum, and it also housed the 30-acre museum. Sorry, I don't know how else to say it. It's a Hill Aerospace Museum. It's been there since 1981. This contains more than 80 retired U.S. Air Force, United States Navy, and former Warsaw Pact fixed-wing aircraft, helicopters, and missiles.
Wow.
So blah, 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 enough of that. That's what the base does. That's their main mission. Okay, so upon arrival, when you arrive there, whether you drive in or you fly in, you will either stay on base lodging, which is the Mountain View Inn, or in the local surrounding area. This all depends on flexibility, of course. They have 107 rooms on base, and base services are within walking distance to like the BX and the commissary, CDC, and some restaurants. There is a laundry room in all buildings. I don't know if they meant like each unit has its own washer and dryer, or if like, because you know how like
Communal.
there's many buildings. Yeah, like a communal, like each little unit maybe has like 5 rooms and they all have. I didn't find that, but it's there. So food and beverages are available for purchase at the front desk along with toiletries. I imagine like the food and beverages is like a vending machine. It's not like a restaurant or anything. Yeah, which is, yeah. So don't expect to get a midnight hamburger there. There is a business center, but they also offer Wi-Fi in the room. So for those of you that have just recently received orders to go to Hill, I'm giving you all this information for your own good. So pet rooms are available, but with limit to 2 pets per unit, and is limited to dogs and cats. Sorry about your llama, it has to stay outside.
I can't bring my ferret with me.
No, actually, hang on, let me tell you.
Oh.
They have to have like current health certificates and rabies vaccines and all. They all have to be up to date upon arrival.
Yeah.
So, there is an additional $10 fee per night. No aggressive pets allowed. So, like aggressive breeds of dogs, which a lot of people can get by saying it's not a pit bull, it's an American Staffordshire or whatever. Yeah. So, anyways, there's a list of animals not allowed, and I was dying laughing because it was like squirrels, raccoons, hedgehogs, skunks, rats, ferrets, reptiles, pot-bellied pigs, monkeys, and arachnids, or any farm animal of any kind. They're not allowed.
What? Arachnids? Yeah, I can't have a tarantula that people have and keep in cages. I don't want one, by the way, but people do it.
So does that mean if I walk into my room and I see like a daddy long legs, be like, excuse me, you're not supposed to be here per your website?
Yeah.
Per your rules established by your staff?
Yeah.
You need to pack up your web and go, my friend.
Call the front desk.
Get those long legs going. Yeah.
Yeah. Call the front desk. Say like, hey, I have an unwanted guest here that's illegal. Can you please come remove it, please?
Yeah. Excuse me. There's a squatter in my room. He's up in a corner and he has weaved himself a web like he fucking lives here. I suggest you come get him and remove him from the premises.
Excuse me, I'm really close with my family squirrel and I can't leave him behind. He must come with me to base.
Yeah, I need the skunk. Just because it's cute. It stinks a little, but it's really cute.
He really knows how to freshen up a room, so I'd really like to keep my skunk. A raccoon.
Also, he's French.
Trash pandas. It's not a raccoon. Pandas. It's a trash panda. You didn't say that's against the list.
That's right. Yeah, that's not on your list. Yeah. My skunk is French and it's looking for a black cat. No one gets that.
Pepe Le Pew.
Pepe Le Pew. Thank you, Jen. Yeah. Oh, that fucking horny ass skunk always looking for calm down. Okay. So there is a pet park for your furry 4-legged family member to run around.
Not your squirrels, though.
Not your squirrels. And they have thumbs, so they don't count. And raccoons do, and skunks. So just think of that.
Oh, rude. Monkeys, too. Don't put your monkey on a leash. They have thumbs.
Yeah. And spiders have 8, and they're not of this world, so... Pack up your spaceship and leave. So the pet park is decorated with some statues to keep them company. Pet statues. I thought that was kind of cute. Yeah. All right. So housing. It's privatized. It's privatized by Boyer Hill Military Housing. This, of course, will be covered by your BHA. You will need to apply and submit your current LES so they can decide what you can afford. But usually, like, they'll just give you a house, right, that suits you and your family, and then take your BAH. Because you can be living next door to an officer with the exact same house, and they get charged more than you E4s.
Because it's fair.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's not fair, but it doesn't matter. So anyways, now... I did take a look at some of the housing, like the floor plans, and it looked pretty spacious and pretty, like, they look nice. I saw some of them had, like, it looked like hardwood floor, but I imagine it's like the linoleum hardwood floor, which is still very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Builder grade oak cabinets in the kitchen.
Typical.
But spacious. Yeah. The rooms have master bathrooms and walk-in closets, which is wonderful. What's that like, Jen? I wouldn't know.
I'm in it right now.
Yeah, Jen has a walk-in closet / office /
Yes.
get away from my children room.
Yes. Get away from all the neighborhood children. Hide.
All of them. Yeah. Bring in all your
them.
snacks so they don't steal them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there, the houses range from like a 2-bedroom to 4 bedrooms. And some of the amenities that come with living in the community are wonderful, I thought anyways. And they have a splash pad for your children. Yeah.
Yes.
Pocket parks. I don't know what the fuck a pocket park is. I couldn't get a straight answer. But you have them. Yeah, pocket parks.
A pocket? I'm gonna put it in my pocket. Look at my park. It has pockets.
Yeah. It has pockets. Like my dress. My pants don't have pockets. It looks like they have pockets, but I can't stick my hands in there. Why?
Bummer.
Why would you do that to me, Old Navy? Why?
Right?
Why do you disappoint me with these black skinny jeans that have no pockets? That's another story for another podcast. Stay tuned. Yeah. Dependa complaining.
Yeah. That'll be another extra sub content we'll add to.
A sub podcast. A podcast within a podcast.
It'll be like our really shortened podcast, released once a month, and it's all about the complaints for the month.
I could fill a list. Fill a list just right now.
30 minutes of complaints.
All complaints. And that's part 1 of the podcast.
Yes. Stay tuned for part 2.
Yeah. So I don't know what the fuck a pocket park is. I just imagine it's a park throughout the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, they have them. So look out for those. Pocket parks. So they have jogging trails, running track, a skateboard park, which I thought was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Destination parks, indoor sports court, youth activity center, fitness center, equestrian club.
What?
/ horse barn.
What?
Yeah.
They got fucking horses on base? What?
But you can't bring it into the inn. Into lodging.
They can't be yours.
There's a special. Yeah. It's a special barn for your horses. Let's see if they'll accept your trash panda, Jen.
They may take... I'll hide my trash panda there. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
No one will know.
My skunk, your trash panda.
Yeah. They'll
horses.
blend in. They'll be like, what are those called? Barn cats. It'll be like a barn cat.
Oh, cute. Yeah.
Except they're not. They're evil. But yeah.
Yeah. They also have an RV park and family camping grounds and a digital park.
A what?
I don't know what a digital park is. I looked it up. I tried to see what it was. I don't know what it was. The only thing I can imagine that it is maybe like a Wi-Fi center.
Yeah.
A digital park. Pocket parks. Digital park. I don't know. It sounds cool.
I mean, I would think so. Somewhere with like Wi-Fi hotspot or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So the schools, for those of you that have children, you will fall under the Davis School District, which has plenty of schools to choose from. So it depends on, I guess, what your preference is, where it would be most convenient for you and your child to go to. You can find all that information actually on that website if you just Google the Davis School District in Ogden, Utah. It provides you with all that information and the list of schools. So there are lots of amenities on base. You have your huge, the commissary, BX, the huge. You'll also find your food court regulars like the BK, Charlie's, Taco Bell, Domino's, Popeyes, Subway, Starbucks, and get ready to gasp, Arby's.
What?
Yeah. I have never eaten at an Arby's.
You're missing out.
But it's there if you want it.
That's crazy. And Arby's? I didn't know they could have Arby's on base. What kind of crap is that?
I didn't know they could have an Arby's on base either. Like, I've never eaten at one, so I don't know if it's good. We had one in my hometown that I never went to. So, because it looked like a drug front to me.
Could be.
No. And it was right across the street from Taco Bell. I'm sorry, Arby's, Taco Bell.
I know.
This Mexican's gonna choose the Taco Bell. Because it's good. I know, it's not real Mexican food, but I don't care because I love it.
Yes.
Love Taco Bell. Grilled stuffed burrito for life, you guys.
So good.
So, it's a pretty big base, okay? Let's get that. There's a place called the 808 Wild Tuna that serves Hawaiian food. And it was just, my mouth was watering at the screen. I had to look away because I was like drinking my coffee at like 5 this morning, typing this up. They have sushi rolls and poke rolls and like other delicious stuff that just was like, stop. It was so good. I know.
Yum.
It was so yummy. So if you like outdoorsy stuff, I think Utah is for you. Ogden is a great area for those snow-loving people. Not me, because I hate the cold, but it has lots to offer. It's a gateway to ski resorts like Snow Basin, Powder Mountain, and Nordic Valley, which are all great places to go, ski boarding. Oh, son of a bitch, my mouth today is not functioning.
It's okay. Ski-boarding, it's a new thing. You board on a
ski-boarding. You put your skis on the board, and so it's like a hashtag looking thing. So it's the board, and then you cross the skis over it.
Yep.
And then it's like, which way am I going to go? Nobody knows. Or you have one snowboard on each foot. And they're not at a straight angle. They're not straight. They're at an angle. So figure that one out.
Good luck out there.
Ski boarding. It's going to be in the Olympics.
It's the trendsetter. It's the trendy thing to do now, guys.
Oh my God, Jen. Why do you let me talk? I swear. So according to visitogden.com, it is described as a rugged and rustic yet cool and urban area.
Ooh.
Don't be fooled by Utah's somewhat buttoned up reputation. When it comes to nightlife, Ogden is all fun.
Oh,
the savviest local night owls will tell you that it starts and ends with historic 25th Street, which has earned the right to call itself the most entertaining street in Utah. You can explore the many bars and surprising range of entertainment options, from evening cocktails to relaxing nightcaps, right on through to the last call. Ogden, Utah nightlife heats up as the sun goes down. Everything ranging from bars, restaurants, comedy clubs, and theater companies. Ogden is full of nightlife. So Ogden is also full of paranormal, spooky, ghosty shit.
Yes. Yes.
So yes. I have one. There's a ton of stuff on the website to look at, but I have one. Yeah. And it's the Ogden Exchange Building. The Ogden Exchange Building was originally used as offices for the stockyard. It was then used by Weber County as a mental health services clinic, and the basement was used as a county morgue. County morgue, sorry. Yeah. According to the owner, there are several resident ghosts that haunt its halls.
Yes.
There have been several audio recordings gathered here that, when played back, reveal ghosts talking to one another. So they're keeping themselves company. There was tons of them. Ooh. There was one with like a high school where the children have claimed to have seen like apparitions in the mirror in the bathroom. And I was like, have you been playing Bloody Mary in there? Yeah, and there was
no, be careful with that.
Yeah, and then of course like hotels. There's a hotel where like somebody took their life, and then a few like later on the son of that person went in and they took their life there, and so it was a lot of them. A lot of that's kind of stuff that you like, Jen.
I love it. I will embrace the cold to go to Hill for that reason. I'll do it. I'll take it. I'll sacrifice it for the ghosts. Okay?
Yeah. I mean,
for you guys.
this place sounds really awesome.
Yeah.
They have hundreds of miles of trails, and they're open to hikers of all skill levels. Sorry. And the sites are just gorgeous. So if you're, and this is just in Ogden. I didn't even mention like all the other cities around it, like Salt.
Okay.
I didn't even mention Salt Lake City. Yeah. It's gorgeous. I have never been there to visit, but I've been through the airport, and just going through the airport, you get a wonderful view of the mountains, and it's breathtaking. So we didn't get the chance to go while we lived in Montana, and we always talked about it. It was funny because I was pregnant with my daughter, and I was craving In-N-Out so bad because I'm from California and I'm faithful to my In-N-Out. Shut up, I don't care.
It's the best.
Yeah, I would tell Kyle, is it worth it to drive the 9 hours to Salt Lake to get In-N-Out burger? And he'd be like, yes. Be like, I really want In-N-Out burger. I just want In-N-Out burger. Yeah, so I never got my In-N-Out burger.
Darn.
So, I did when we went to California and I was pregnant with my daughter, and I did get some, and then I cried because it was gone. I was like, I probably won't get this ever again. And it's been like 5 years since I had it. Again, this is the podcast where I talk about how hungry I am and everything that we want to eat.
Yes.
But yes, so if you guys are getting stationed at Hill Air Force Base, Utah, don't worry. It sounds like it's a great place. So you will have lots of stuff to do on base, off base. It just sounds amazing. And Utah is beautiful. It might have a bad reputation with, the community and the way that the locals live there and follow a certain faith, but don't let that deter you. They're wonderful people, and it's a wonderful place, and you can go to another state to get your beer. Don't worry. So that's all I have.
Awesome. Yeah. I would go there. So. I know I've heard Utah is just beautiful, so I think even just to visit, I'd love to at least see it once. That'd be great.
I'm not one for the cold. I don't like cold.
Yeah.
Don't put me in the cold. Don't put me in cold. Veronica's very angry when she's in the cold.
I don't like all the layers you have to wear in the snow, and the snow boots and the coats and the hats, and I'd rather be warm without all of that.
Because that was one of the things I didn't mention, is the winters there can be very brutal, but summers are very rewarding. So don't forget that. It's beautiful there. So yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, that's all the information I have for you on that. So let us know if you're at Hill right now. I have a friend who's stationed there right now. Should have reached out to her.
I do too, actually. I do too.
Do you?
She just had another baby, I think.
Oh, my friend is pregnant with her second.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And it was, her birthday was yesterday too.
Oh, weird. Whoop whoop. Yeah. Birthday twins.
Yeah.
Just like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, really? Is that who you share a birthday with?
Yeah.
I share a birthday with James Dean.
Ooh. Yes.
So the original heartthrob. Suck it.
Yes.
Suck it, Leonardo DiCaprio.
I agree. Yes. James Dean.
So we're both Aquarius, or we both were. I still am. He was. So there you go.
Well, awesome. That was great.
Yeah. My stomach was mostly quiet. I swear I pressed record on that thing. As soon as I started recording, my stomach was like, I'm here. I want to be on the podcast. I have a story to tell you. That's scary. I'm murdering Veronica's smoothie in her stomach.
I need more food.
Feed me more. It really is hungry. I'm always hungry.
I know.
Always daydreaming about food.
Yeah.
And get my son is like, oh, it's your favorite holiday's coming up, mommy. And I was like, it is. He's like, it's Thanksgiving because it's all the food you get to eat. I was like, that's really sad, but yes.
Yes.
It's true.
Yes, and calories don't count on Thanksgiving, so it all
Nope.
works out just fine. It's great.
Yeah, wear a baggy sweater and some stretchy pants.
Very stretchy.
Stuff your face with those mashed potatoes smothered in gravy and a slice of ham with some macaroni and cheese. And
I would love that.
And cranberry sauce.
No.
And you don't like cranberry sauce?
Not a fan.
I like the jellied one over the actual cranberry one.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know. It's like that sweetness with the saltiness of the turkey.
Yeah.
Just shove it all in my mouth. I don't care. I'll eat anything. I'll eat anything.
I know. One thing I would really like to make would be pumpkin cheesecake, but they sold out of pumpkin in like 2 days.
No.
Yeah. It's the only one that's sold out.
You can make your own pumpkin puree. Do you have a pumpkin?
No, those are gone too. Those sold out really quick.
Really?
Yeah.
Off base too?
Yep.
Oh my god.
I know. Really fast. They were gone. They it was like one of the days for Halloween. It was like a week before Halloween. They got a shipment on some day. I went on that day. There weren't any pumpkins to be found. And then people were posting about it the next day saying like, oh, did anybody find a pumpkin? They're all out at the commissary. And I was like, oh my god, really? Already?
Yeah. We had to go the other day and get our supplies because, when was it? It was a couple years ago. They didn't have cream cheese, and I wanted to make a pumpkin cheesecake too, and they didn't have any cream cheese. And I ended up going to the local grocery store, which is fine. Then I found it there. But yeah, I was like, so I stocked it. But now that I think of it, we kind of did a few rounds around the commissary today, hoping to see, like, if I saw, not really on the search, but if I saw pumpkin puree, I was like, I'm going to grab it. I didn't see any. Usually they have it in like pellets.
Yeah, I think so. Somebody had mentioned that canned pumpkin was limited this year. Like they didn't have as much as they normally do. I don't know. I know, like, at the local grocery store there, though, too, in the American section, they will have canned pumpkin. I know I've gotten it there before.
You know what you should do? You should take a pumpkin pie, and scoop the filling out of that and mix it into your cheesecake.
That's true. I could do that. If they have them, hopefully. Maybe they'll have them. They do have a bunch of, like, Thanksgiving stuff out now. I need to, like, start buying that, too. I need to get a turkey.
Times are rough right now. It's ridiculous.
Frustrating. And their ground beef machine is broken, so they didn't have any ground beef this week. It's like, I guess. Yeah, because it doesn't come in like that freezer, that like freezer package. It comes like wrapped, like they wrapped it themselves. So I think they get all the meat in and then they ground up whatever it is.
Okay. Hopefully it's cheaper.
So it actually got cheaper. It was pretty expensive when we first got here, and then now just within the last couple weeks the price has gone down, but now they've started to shorten their packages too. So it used to be like, like a pound, like 1.6, 1.7, whatever, and then now they're like 1.3, 1.25, and I'm like, come on guys, I need almost 2 pounds in a package, please. I have hungry people at home.
Yeah. It was like right after you left, I think I went and grabbed a packet of ground beef at the commissary here, and like I remember they were scanning it, and it scanned at like $7 or something like that, and I was like, I was like, what? And I couldn't believe my eyes, and I was like, I like the beef at the commissary instead of the one off base. I don't know why.
It tastes better.
But I do. Yeah. But I do like the chicken and the other like pork and stuff on the local economy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, I was like, oh my god, $7 for a pound of ground beef. This is insane.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like what ours was too. Yeah. It was upwards into $7 for a package. Yeah. So I started getting like the 80% one because it was cheaper and then I can get more. But it was just, struggle is real.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah. You end up paying a little bit less because it has more fat in it. It's more flavorful. But when you cook it down, you end up with less meat.
I know. I know. It sucks.
How are the tomatoes now?
No. I gotta go get pots myself, and I need to get tomato starts because I can't. They're still, like, I don't even think it's just I don't think the price is inflated at all. I think they're just that expensive, and I don't get it.
That's what it is. Yeah. Just grow your own tomatoes. You have perfect weather where you're at.
I know. I need to.
Do it.
I will. Start it.
Yeah.
Soon.
Okay. Well, I don't have anything else going on. I think I'm just going to go have a little snack right now and probably get a good workout in before I start my day. Well, that's all I have for you today.
Well, thank you. I loved hearing about Hill. I'd like to go there sometime.
Yeah.
Or Utah.
And your story was insane.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to hear it ever again.
No.
I'm not going to listen to it again. Just I'll share it on the Facebook and be like, don't listen to this, it's awful. But listen to it, share, and rate. Yeah, that's another thing. Listen, share, and rate. Make sure you guys are doing that and sending us your emails and at dependusplaning@gmail.com or messaging us on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, leaving us some nice comments, anything podcast related or military related, really.
Yeah.
And we love hearing from you guys, from our listeners. Spread the word. Help a Dependa out.
For real.
If you guys have any businesses, right now is the time for us to plug you. If you guys do make anything from home that you're trying to get out, whether it's photography or handmade stuff, anything, let us know. We will plug you. We will get the word out for you as well.
Definitely.
So let us know.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Well, my friends, it's time for us to go to fill our stomachs with food because we're hungry. Jen needs to go to bed anyways. So she looks like she's ready to leave the closet. Mm-hmm. Actually, literally speaking, leave the closet.
Yeah. Literally gotta go out of here. It's hot.
Oh, great. It's been freezing here, but whatever, All right, well, I'm gonna go talk to my husband and see what he's doing. You go talk to your husband, and everybody else, you go talk to your own spouses and your friends and let them know about the podcast and then get back to us. Yeah?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
And don't forget that wherever you go,
there you are.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.